Hey everyone, this is Greg Finn, and this show is about versatility. You know, there's an old saying that if you're not willing to bend, you'll break. And that's kind of true in fishing. Sometimes you go out with a preconceived idea how you're going to catch fish, and you know what? It just doesn't work out. So you keep trying, you try different things, and that's what this show is all about. I hope you enjoy it. It's all about versatility and being willing to change. So we'll see how we do.
Nice little buck bass. Okay, so that showed me something right there. I started out in that deep grass, not a bite. Then I went to the outside edge of the bushes, not a bite. I came onto the back end of this cove and put on a Senko, and I started throwing in this real shallow water up here in the trees, behind the buckbrush in the trees, and I caught my first bass. So we'll see if that's a pattern. I'm going to change weights though. I've got a little bit too heavy a weight. I want to give them a little bit more to look at and sink it down pretty slow. I was using this out in deep water, so I'm going to change. Well, I went back to the Senko. That seems to be what I'm getting most of my hits on. Nice little fish, 2-pounder. I did downsize the hook just a little bit, and the weight is just a little 1/4 ounce weight. Just drifted it off the bottom. But these fish are in about 5 foot of water. Another fish. I changed up. I put that Senko down. I put a red crankbait on. He nailed it. Sometimes you pick, they won't hit something, you know they're still in there, just change up a little bit. Boy, these hooks are sharp. When you deal with a crankbait and fish, make sure you don't get those hooks in you, because you'll do it. They're little old buck bass setting up to make them beds for bringing them females in. Let's see if we can get another one to hit that crankbait. This is Strike King square bill. Runs about 6 foot deep. Got dark red on top, and them red eyes pretty hard to beat. Let's try that again. There's another one. That's a good fish right there, feels like. I don't know, I guess he got hung. But he hit it. He slapped at it. Now the difference, in my opinion, of course, you start talking to people like me, you'll get all kinds of opinions. But I started out catching these fish right here in the same area on that 214 Cinco, fishing it real slow. Same type of bass. Ain't that pretty? Look how he's got that little black on his tail right there, kind of unusual, and his fin right there too. Healthy fish though. What I was about to say though, in my opinion, when I was throwing the Cinco and working it real slow, they was picking it up. But after about 2 or 3 fish, they quit. So then I went to this crankbait, which is more of a reaction bait. And they slap that, they're going to get hung. That thing right there, that's some of the sharpest hooks I've ever seen a bait come out of the box. Strike King. This is called a red chili or a chili pepper, I believe it is. Red chili, I believe it is. That dude right there will catch fish. And of course they come in all kinds of different colors. On Rayburn, you've always heard of Rayburn Red. Well, here we are. It's the first part of March. That's the killer part, but it's cold. I'm cold out here now, and the water's cold. And I guarantee you right out there, it's Y-capping probably about 2.5 foot swells. But I don't know, it's still a red pattern when it comes to a crankbait, and they're hitting it. Let's see if we can do it again. There's a good fish. Another crankbait fish. Boy, they kind of want that red crankbait today. That's a little bit better fish. A little bit better fish right there, folks. He ate it. Pretty fish, healthy. Putting that crankbait, ease that crankbait, only goes 6 feet. I probably run it about 3.5 or 4, just real slow on the edge of this buckbrush. They're coming out of there and getting you. Yeah, right there at the boat. You see that? I was about this far from getting it out of the water, and he come up and slammed it right at the boat. That's literally how much line I had out on that fish. I don't know who it scared the most, me or him. Woo! Yeah, nice little chunk right there. That's all the line I had out. I was just about to bring it out. Oh man, life is good. Well, that old wind's starting to get up, so I think I better get myself back to the boat ramp and call it a day. But I enjoyed fishing with you today. And you know, it's a crazy day. I started out deep with a lizard. I went progressively up a little shallower, went past the buckbrush. All of a sudden I got in some submerged buckbrush. Could not catch one on a lizard. Went to a 214 Cinco, bam, caught my first one. Another one right after that, and then they stopped again. The key to my success today, though, was this Strike King red chili crankbait that runs 6 feet deep. Now, I like this square build. It's a big body crankbait. they couldn't lay off of it. I caught quite a few on it, and I think they were just kind of hitting it out of reaction, to be honest with you. So I enjoy fishing. It was a good day. It's just real windy. It's not really where I feel comfortable just running anywhere I want to on this lake. But again, I'd like to encourage you to come on out and fish Sam Rayburn. Today I'm more on the south end of it, well, probably mid-lake to south end. Not too far. I'm kind of between Caney Creek and Sandy Creek, or Plum Ridge. So that's the area that I'm fishing today, around the Fire Tire Cove area. The water's beautiful. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's just cold. I'm still at 55.7 degrees, exactly where I was this morning when I got started. So it's not warming up, and it's probably not going to, as long as we still have these cold nights and no sunshine. So, but anyway, it's a real good fishing. I think if you just come on out, you'll have a good time. If you want to book a trip with me, either bass or crappie, come on out, CamelRiverGuideService.com. I'll be glad to take you. Remember, now I have 2 accommodations. I have two 2-bedroom facilities. One is a cottage and the other is a camper. But it's a 33-foot camper, and there's plenty of room. You got Wi-Fi, you got radio, you got television, you got everything you want. So some of you guys might want to come, and there's 4 or 5 of you. Well, I can handle you now all in the same facility. So come on out. Don't hesitate to do that. If one thing I want to make clear too, I booked some of my folks already for crappie fishing, but when it came to it, either the weather was just absolutely intolerable, or the crappie just weren't biting. It was slow. I hate taking people out. I almost won't do it if I can't really catch a lot of crappie. So that's just the way I roll. I want to catch crappie. I want you to have a good time. So even if you book and we get right up to the date and it's just not that great of a weather, especially if you have your family with you, don't worry about it. We'll postpone you and move you to another date. So I have no problem doing that whatsoever. Anyway, this is Greg Finn signing off, Lake Sam Rayburn. We'll see you next week.